to Mindful Movement with AARP Alabama. I am your host, Margie Curry, and today's session is with our certified yoga instructor, Becca Impello, who has been practicing and teaching yoga for more than 20 years. We want to remind you that AARP empowers people to choose how they live as they age. AARP is a nonpartisan 501c4 organization that has over 420,000 members in Alabama. AARP's role is to advocate for those 50 plus and their families. AARP is committed to offering opportunities for people to stay engaged from the home. And the Mindful Movement series provides an opportunity for you to keep moving right in the safety of your own home. Becca!
Good morning.
Good morning to you. Beautiful day today. What do you have for us today, Becca?
Well, Margie, today I thought we would focus on the neck and sort of upper back region. I did that with one of my regular classes yesterday. They all were saying stiff. So I just thought, I bet we could all use a little loosening up and movement for our neck, as well as some relaxation that helps us, maybe reduce some of that tension and stress that we might hold in our neck.
Well, that sounds fabulous. And everyone, please remember that before you begin any exercise program that you should consult with your physician to be sure that it is safe to participate. All right, Becca, take it away.
All right, wonderful. So you're going to want a chair. We typically practice this session of mindful movement yoga practice with a chair. That means we sit in it sometimes, but we also will stand, and then we have it for support if we need it. All right. So just a comfortable kitchen, dining room chair or a folding chair works great. Now, like I mentioned, we're going to work with some neck poses and movements today to help us just improve mobility, reduce tension, and just feel a little bit better through the neck and shoulders. This is a place where we hold a lot of tension, a lot of stress, emotions might, kind of cause us to get tense or tight there or get sore. Also, lots of the activities that we tend to do, such as looking at our phones or our computers or driving or even just sitting and watching, a TV show can make us a little more slumped or head a little more forward, and that can create tension in the neck and shoulders as well. So what we're going to do today is movements that will help to loosen up muscles in the upper back, around the shoulder blades, in the neck itself. And I guess as we cautioned you, we want everyone to stay safe and, not hurt themselves with any of these movements. So all of these movements can be made small, right? You're never trying to make the biggest movement possible. You're never forcing that movement. I'm going to be reminding you of that as we go. All right, so let's sit tall in the chair, feet on the floor, hands on the lap. Start to just lengthen and lift up through your spine. Find your seat, your hips right there on the chair. And just see if you can visualize a lifting, a growing, a reaching gently up from the base of your spine here in the pelvis, up through the rib cage, up through the shoulder blades, up through the neck, and right up through the crown of the head. You might close your eyes now or do whatever helps you to relax your face. And maybe that's dropping the gaze, becoming a little softer, unfocused in your eyes, or closing them altogether. And for the first couple moments, as you just breathe in and out, I want you just to notice, bring your awareness to the area of your neck and your shoulders. Take about 3 more breaths in and out. Just gently deepening the breath if possible. All right, now we're going to make some slow initial movements. Side to side rotation or turning of the head. And as you're making these first couple of turns, just try and notice, how does this feel? How far do I go without pushing? What's the sensation of that end point? Do you notice any differences on the right and the left sides of your neck, or turning your head to the right versus turning your head to the left? All right, now head back to center. Now we tilt side to side, ear towards the shoulder, and then back up to center. Still sitting tall. You might have to engage that sort of lift from the bottom of the spine every now and then to keep you upright and nice and lifted. So again, you're just noticing, you're not forcing. How far does your head go to each side? What's the sensation around that movement? We'll be repeating these at the end to see if we notice any differences. We're taking a little snapshot of before picture. Now we'll do chin down and chin up a few times. So nodding the head, sort of yes motion, chin up, chin down. And again, you're observing, what's this feel like in both directions? What do you notice? What stops the movement? How far do you feel like you can go comfortably? All right, now back to center with that head and neck. All right, now we're going to do just another breathing exercise to sort of help us reduce some tension. Take a hand to your heart, a hand to your belly. Relax those elbows and shoulders. Just sort of let them drop. Still sitting up a little, tall. Maybe close the eyes. Just breathe in. Feel your hands on your heart and on your belly. Feel them rise and fall under the breath. Breathe in. Now start to breathe out a little slower. Breathe in through the nose, and let's start to exhale through the mouth. Just nice and slow. Like I'm trying to make a candle flame flicker, right? I don't want to blow it out, but I do just want to make it waver a little bit. So you're trying to just extend or lengthen out that exhalation. 3 more breaths. Slow exhale. Feel that movement of the breath in your hands. 2 more breaths. One more. All right, good. Now drop those arms down to your sides. And let's start a slow roll of the shoulders. Bring the shoulders forward, up towards your ears, and then squeeze them back and down towards your waist. Forward and up, back and down. Now, sometimes it's nice to do the breathing with this. Inhale. Blow the breath out as those shoulders come back and down. 2 more. 1 more. All right, now bring the hands up to the heart. Pull back with those shoulder blades, elbows. Maybe lift your chin slightly, and then push forward, rounding your upper back, dropping your chin towards your chest. Pull, inhale there, exhale, push. Now you can make this movement smaller or bigger depending on what feels right for you. So bigger motion might mean you're really involving the whole spine, rocking a bit on your sitting bones, on your hips. Or you might make it smaller and have it be mainly an arm and shoulder blade movement, maybe with that little nodding up and down of the head. All right, good. Press it forward 1 more time. Pull it back. Drop those arms down to your sides. Circle the wrists a little bit. And imagine that your arms are getting heavier, heavier. Lengthening those arms and hands towards the floor. All right, so just let them stay heavy. And then turn that head towards one side. Drop the chin down towards the chest. Bring it up through the center, over towards the other shoulder. Drop the chin down into the chest. Bring it up over the top. Chin down. So we're kind of drawing a half a circle. Chin up in the air as far as feels comfortable. And then chin down on one shoulder, one collarbone, up in the air. My arms are heavy. Now you can lighten that up if this feels too tight or there's too much pulling. Good. 2 more. These semicircles, chin up, and then down to the shoulder, up, back across. One more time there and back. Remember, any size movement is fine. It could be smaller than mine. It could be bigger than mine. Bring it back to center. Good. Let's bring the arms across the chest like you're giving yourself a hug. All right, so wrap those arms as far around as you're comfortable with. So maybe that's going to be holding on to your upper arms, your shoulders, maybe walking those hands all the way towards your shoulder blades. Now, deep breath into that space between your shoulder blades. Same kind of breath. Inhale through the nose, nice big breath. Exhale, nice and slow. One more of those breaths. And then notice which arm is on top as we switch. Reach the arms back and down for a moment, and then bring them back across the chest with the other arm on top. And a few more of those deep breaths. Really breathe into your upper back there. Two more breaths. One more. And drop those arms down, shake them out. All right, now before we stand up and do a few things in standing, we're going to do a little bit of isometric strengthening work for the neck. Now, this means that we'll be contracting muscles against a little bit of resistance, but we're not going to move the head through any kind of big range of motion. We're pretty much going to keep the head still and stationary, but contract those muscles just the same. That's what an isometric contraction is, right? So we're going to start with a forward position. You're going to place a hand or both hands. It could be your palm, it could be your fingertips, right there in the middle of your forehead. You're going to press lightly with all of these, right? There's no need to go maximum effort, right? So sit tall and just gently press your head into that hand that's on your forehead, and then relax. Press and relax. Again, keep it light. You should feel a little engagement, maybe muscles here in the sides or the front of the neck. Keep the jaw relaxed. One more. Okay, relax. Drop that arm for a moment. We're going to go in all the directions. Now we'll go backwards. So hands behind the head. Sit up tall. Gently press the head back. Resist with the arms, but don't overdo it. Just a light press back. And then relax, press back, relax. Two more. Again, jaw relaxed, teeth unclenched. And then rest, bring those arms down. Take one of those breaths, slow exhale. Now we go right and left, like we're turning the head, okay? So put a hand or fingertips on each side of your head, right there at the temples. Turn to the right into those hands or fingertips. Turn to the left, turn right, turn left, right, left. One more each direction. Light contraction. You're not trying to go all out. All right, relax. Take a little pause. Now we just got one more to do. The hands will be in the same position as what we just did, except the motion we're going to try to make is the tilting, right? So instead of turning into the hand, you'll tilt into the hand or the fingertips, right? So sit up tall, tilt right, tilt left, tilt right, left. Don't overdo it. Back off if you feel like you're creating tension or soreness. Feeling those muscles, though, is okay. Last time each side. All right. And then drop those arms down. All right. Now we're going to make a full circle with the neck. Now, when I say full circle, your circle might be less circular, might be more oval, or maybe you decide a semicircle is enough for you. You don't have to do the whole range, right? So we'll turn to one side, bring the chin down, come across the chest, over to the other side, and then let the head drop back any amount, chin up, circle through the back. That's the part that might be a little, more limited for some folks. So feel free not to drop that head very far back. Keep sitting up tall. That helps to give you more space. Nice slow circle all the way around. Avoid anything that's painful or sharp. Now let's reverse direction. Start going the other way around that circle. Again, adapting or changing the shape of it as needed. Staying mindful of what your body might be telling you or asking you to do or not do. 2 more circles. All right, bring that head back to center and up. Let's come up to standing. Now, you could do a lot of these movements from seated, the stuff that focuses on the neck and shoulders. So if for any reason you want to stay seated today or don't choose to stand, you can still do a lot of the movements for the neck and shoulders from that seated position. All right, we're going to start. We're taking ourselves to a staggered stance. So if you're standing, you're taking 1 foot back, 1 foot forward. You can keep a fingertip on the chair if needed, or you can raise the arms up. And we're going to pull. I'm going to pull with one arm like a bow and arrow, pulling the shoulder blade back and turning. And then I'm coming back to the front, and I'm going to pull to the other side. And then back in front. Now I'm trying to follow this movement with my head. So I'm also turning my head, kind of following that twist. Maybe you want to follow your thumbnail. Maybe put your eyes on your thumb as you pull. All right, now we do both arms. Eyes stay straight ahead this time. Pull back, reach forward. Pull back, reach forward. 1 more. Good. Now bring those hands to the chair. If you're standing, if you're staying seated, just rest. If you're standing, you can take this stretch back, lengthening out through the arms and into the hips. Those hands resting on the top of the chair. This could also be hands on a wall or hands on a tabletop, a tall table, a countertop. All right, now let's walk it in. Take the other leg forward if you're doing the standing part. Good. Lift up nice and tall. Remember, you can keep touching the chair if you need to. We'll do that same pulling. Pull back with one side, so there's a twist to this. All right, when we do 1 arm at a time, we're getting some turn. Also, kind of move those shoulder blades, turning the head. Good. 1 more each side. Good. Now, if you with both arms, pull and reach. Good. 1 more. All right. Hands on the top of the chair. If you're standing, walk it back and stretch out long again through those arms. And walk it in. All right, so for this next one, we'll just either sit or stand with the feet, a comfortable distance apart. Again, you're always feel free to hold on if you need some extra security with balance. We're going to take one hand and lift it up and reach it any amount up and over as we take a little side bend and then pull back. All right, so that hand could go onto the top of your head if you don't want to reach it overhead. Good. Just about 3 more. Lift, lengthen up as you go over. 2 more. All right, now we're going to take that arm up and over the head if possible. Now I'm going to do this very gently. I'm tilting my ear towards the shoulder. Now this arm is not pulling, right? So I'm not pulling on my head. I'm really just resting the weight of that arm on the head to provide a little extra stretch. If that's too much, just take that arm down, right? Okay, but I'm not pulling. Now the opposite arm, the one that's hanging down, start to reach that arm down for the ground. You feel that pull into the side of the neck a little bit more. Remember, if anything feels like too much, too intense, you just back off. 2 more breaths here. Again, this arm is on the top of my head, just providing some weight. The arm hanging down is the one that actually kind of puts the stretch into the picture. And then I'm going to relax that shoulder, bring my head up, drop that arm down. All right, roll those shoulders. See for a moment if you notice any differences in the right and left sides. All right, and then let's stretch the other way. Reach it up and over, or remember that hand can come to the top of your head or the back of your head if you want. Remember, you could be doing this seated. Good. 3 more side stretches. All right, and then back to center. You'll take that same arm, put it on the top of your head. The head tilts over to the side. This arm is not pulling, just putting a little bit of weight onto it. Other arm can start to reach for the ground. That heaviness, that lengthening, reaching down is going to put some stretch in that side of the neck. You can adjust that engagement as needed, either taking the hand off your head or relaxing the arm that's hanging or reaching down. And then release. Bring that arm down, shake both arms out, roll those shoulders a little bit. All right, now this next one, you can probably use your chair, or if you have a wall nearby, you might find that that works better. We're going to do a stretch for the chest and the front shoulder that also will help us with our neck mobility. So you just want to bring one hand back behind you, as far back as is comfortable, okay? And rest it on something. So I can hold the top of the chair here, or again, I could be up against a wall, all right? So I've got that arm kind of held, and I'm sitting up or standing up, lifting up real tall through the chest, and then turning my head away from that arm, and I'm bringing it back to center. Turn the head away, and bring it back. 3 more times. Turn, release, turn, release. 1 more. Good. Now just turn towards that arm a little bit. Shake it out. Release it. Take a moment just to compare the 2 sides of your body. That side that you just stretched. How does it feel different from the other side? Maybe it feels a little bigger. Okay. Different shape. Let's do the other side. Find again a place where you can get that arm, the other side. Reach it sort of slightly back behind you. Hold on or let it rest on the chair or wall or another piece of furniture. Up nice and tall through the chest. The shoulder kind of rolls back. And then any amount, turn the head away and bring it back. Turn back. Two more. Good. And turn a little bit towards that arm so you can release it easy. Shake it out. Take again a moment to compare, just to notice how those 2 sides feel. And then we're going to sit back down. All right, now we're going to do one more little thing for the neck, or 2 more things, some movement, and then 1 more stretch, and then we'll reassess like we did at the beginning to see if our movement, our range of motion goes any further, feels any different. All right, so this next one, definitely small movement is fine. For most of us, small movement will be all that we can get out of it anyway, so don't force. All right, so we're going to start with tilting that head towards one shoulder. And then we're gonna just keep it tilted, but rotate. Drop the nose down, turn towards the shoulder, and then bring the nose forward and turn the nose up any amount towards the ceiling. So turn the nose down, turn the nose up, still tilted over to the side, turn the nose down, turn the nose up. Good, nose down, pick the head all the way up, tilt it to the other side. So we're combining the tilt with the rotation. So now rotate, nose down, nose up, nose down, up. Okay, just about 3 more small little movements here. All right, nose down, bring the head all the way up. Roll those shoulders a couple times. One more combined movement pattern, right? This just helps us with our overall mobility. It also is really great for building our nervous system's, map of our body, of this area of our body especially. All right, this time we'll turn. So turn to the side and then nod. Chin down, chin up. Chin down, chin up. However big you want to make it. Maybe it's really, really small. That's fine. You're still creating a movement pattern. You're still stimulating that part of the brain to be more aware. All right, 3 more nods down and up, down, and up. Bring that chin back to the center and then turn it to the other side and then nod down and up. Got 3 more movements here. Good, bring it back to center. All right, our last little stretch. Lift tall, tilt the head down, take the opposite arm, reach it down. We're gonna make some movement. The head stays put, but the arm sweeps up. And then I like to bend my elbow and pull that elbow towards my waist. And I feel that stretch through the side of the neck. Reach up, pull down. You get to decide how far down, how hard to pull with that arm. Good, 3 more. Last one. Good, now hand to the lap, head forward. Just roll the head forward. And then bring it up from that forward position. All right, turn it to the other side. Drop that opposite arm. You're gonna reach up, pull down. The elbow pulls towards the waist, maybe slightly behind the waist. Maybe more towards the ground than towards the waist. You can play around with that angle of pull for a different feeling of stretch. Last 3. One more. And then bring that hand to your lap, roll the head forward, bring it all the way up. Roll those shoulders a couple times. All right, now here we are at the end of our 30-minute session, and we're going to revisit our motions. So see if you can remember that snapshot, that before photo that you took in your brain as we made our movements. And now let's repeat, turning right and left. And just see, you're just looking, does it feel different? Does it go any further? Does it have a different quality? Maybe it feels pretty much the same. That's a possibility as well, and that's perfectly fine. All right, let's bring it back to center. Now we tilt the head right and left. See if that motion feels any different. That's the one I can tell the most change in so far, anyway, for myself. All right, and then lastly is that nodding, chin down and chin up. All right, and then back to center. Let's take 3 of those breaths just to close it out. You can place a hand on your heart and on your belly if you want. Big breath in through the nose. Real slow out of the mouth. Like you're trying to make that candle flame flicker, but you don't want it to go out. One more breath like that. All right, and then you can just bring the hands together at the heart, say thanks to your body for participating, and thanks to AARP for giving us this opportunity to move mindfully together. And we hope you'll join us again every Tuesday at 10 a.m.
And thank you very much, Becca. And we'll see you next time. Bye.
Thank you. Bye, Margie.
Bye, Becca.